All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. We're going to go ahead and give it a couple seconds to let our attendees join us.
Hi, everybody.
Yep, here they come, a little bit at a time. All right. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christina Yoakum. I am one of the two assistant directors of the Blue 2 Gold Money Management Center, and we are so happy that you've joined us today. I'm going to let our two of our money coaches introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. I am Miriam Castaneda, one of the money coaches here for our Money Management Center.
And my name is Erica Gazaway, and I'm also one of the money coaches at the Money Management Center.
All right, so we are going to, goodness, if I can make this work, we're going to do a quick poll with you all. Hopefully you can see these questions there. Can we see the questions? Oh, I see answers coming in, so we're in good shape. We can see questions. If you guys could answer those questions for us. If you don't know the answer to the second one, that is all right, because that's what you are here to learn about. All right, so please, please, we've got two questions. We've got a couple people participating. We would love it if everybody was participating in our questions, right? Because we are talking a little bit about how to prepare for the terms, the upcoming terms. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave that poll launched, and I am going to get our money coaches started. I will say that if you have a question, please drop it in the Q&A box, and we will do questions as Miriam and Erica wrap up their presentation. But, make sure you have some, because that's what we're
Yep,
here for, to answer all your burning questions about what to do next. So take it away.
perfect. Sorry, we're having some technical. Now, there we go. There you go.
Okay, so I first want to start off by saying registration is now starting to open up for May Mini, Summer 1, Summer 2, August Mini, and then Fall 2025. So for doctoral and graduate students, your for you to start registering open March 17th, 2025. So you can go ahead and start registering for classes. Seniors and second bachelors, y'all's open up today, March 19th, 2025. Juniors is a couple of days away, but on March 24th, 2025, y'all will be able to start registering for classes. And then freshmen and sophomores, you will be able to start registering March 26th, 2025. And registration each on these days will be at 8 a.m. every day, each day.
So, as these registration dates are opening up and you go to register, if you do have any of these holds, they will either, if you go with your advisor or if you're trying to do it on your own, it's going to pop up that you have a hold. If you were to have a hold, let's put that. So if you have like a past due balance, you're going to have a hold. If you have a balance from, say, spring of 2022, your account is going to have a hold from collections as well as a past due balance hold. And then if you were to have a balance from the fall of 2024, keep in mind that they start to enroll people, students into collections for past due balance past a semester. So try to keep up with your account if you were to have a balance to register. I'm about to answer one of the poll questions. Is that okay? Okay, so if you were to have a balance, make sure that the balance is to 749.99. So if you answered that, you got that question correct. Have that balance down to that amount. That way we can temporarily remove that hold to allow you to register for those classes. To get that hold removed, you're more than welcome to stop by the students accounts office or email them. Or you can stop here and we can try to see how we can assist to get that hold removed for you temporarily to allow you to register. If you have any of these holds on your account and you know your balance is zero, contact student accounts office or come by here. We can try to assist as well. That way we can get that hold removed from your account to allow you to register. Sorry,
Okay,
bear with
so
us.
I know it's a little laggy over here, but so we do have payment plans going towards the summer and for the fall terms. Um, for May Mini, there are not payment plan options or any type of mini semesters. Payment plan options are not available. You have to just make payments before classes start. Um, but also for summer and fall. For summer, you would need to only tuition loan is available, but the installment plan is available in the fall, and also tuition loan is available in fall as well. So these are the two payment plan options that are available for you to do during those typical semesters. So there's an installment plan, there is a $100 minimum down payment. So that's the minimum. You can put as much down as long as it's at least $100, which is due at sign up. And then there's also a $35 installment fee. So all coming together is $135. So it's for any remaining charges. So that's tuition and fees, housing, and meal plans. It includes all of it. And from there, it is divided then into 4 equal payments throughout that particular semester. The tuition loan is only tuition. Housing and meal plans are not included, but it basically, the tuition loan defers your tuition and fees to a later date. In order to see these two payment plan options, if you log into MyLeo, go to the Student Resources tab, click on Leo Pay, and then click check balance and make payments. Or you can go to MyLeo, the apps tab, and then also click Leo Pay. So those are just the two ways that you are able to go in and select the payment plan option.
Okay, so there's several options that you can use to pay for your education or to assist in paying for your education, such as financial aid, the regular financial aid application, your TASFA, your FAFSA, make sure that's completed. So for summer, the FAFSA covers your summer term, so the 24-25 will cover that portion of June and July for summer. Financial aid does not cover May Mini. So keep that in mind. If they're not free like they have been in the past, they won't cover those May Minis. So you would be responsible to cover those. You can also pay out of pocket. If you get any institutional scholarships like a Blue and Gold, Presidential Scholarship, those are also other ways. If you've done the donor funded portal, the donor funded scholarships, you can also do that in your MyLeo. So those are funded by donors. And you can also, that's another way to pay for your college. Outside scholarships, any third party payments such as waivers, workforce solutions, or if you just have like your church is paying for it, that's a third party, you can have that in, or private educational loans, such as any loans offered with outside of financial aid. So those are your options on there.
Okay, so this is a little bit information about the donor funded scholarship portal. So our donor funded scholarship portal opened December 1st, so it's currently open as of right now. And it closes June 1st, 2025. Some scholarship have closed on the 15th. So there's still some available for you to go in and apply for. So if you don't know how to apply for scholarships, basically you can go to MyLeo, the apps tab, and it should say donor funded scholarship portal. And from there, basically you will complete a general application, and then once you complete it, it will match you to the scholarship that you're eligible for. um, each scholarship does have a certain criteria that you must meet, so just make sure you read on that to make sure you fully understand what the scholarship and how you are able to keep it for that specific scholarship, as well as you might have to write essays, or it might be a GPA requirement, just depending on whatever it is. Just make sure you read up on it, make sure that you're able to do each step and you understand that you are eligible to receive that scholarship. And then also just a little hint, don't delay. It's better to have scholarships than loans because who wants loans? It's best to go and get those scholarships right away.
Mhm.
And, it's better to have, instead of you getting in so much debt, scholarships are always better than a loan. So,
You don't have to pay it back. So this next slide, I would advise to take a picture of it if you can. Those are some outside scholarships that you are eligible to apply for. You can just log on to those websites, go to unigo.com and pull it up, sign up for them, see if you qualify. It's always better to apply as many scholarships as you can. Like Erica said, you don't want loans. It's better to do scholarships. So take a screenshot just so you're able to have this for a later time. Do it as soon as possible, but that way you're able to have access to it for later if you're not able to do so at the moment.
okay, so this is about financial aid. So I don't know how many of you have on here have financial aid, but in order to get to financial aid, if you don't know and you're not aware of where to go, you can go to My Leo Student Resources Financial Aid, and then click on your financial aid. And you can go to the offers tab on that page. Just make sure you're in the correct academic year. The 24-25 FAFSA is for summer coming up. And then the fall will be a new FAFSA. So you will need to complete the 25-26 FAFSA going forward. So for the summer terms and fall semester, financial aid is available. Many semesters, financial aid is not available. So, I don't know what the date is. I don't know if Christina knows the date, but do you know when the application for financial aid is closing for the 24-25?
It always closes at the end of June. June
Okay, so
30th is the
June 30th.
last day,
Okay.
but you never want to wait until June 30th to submit your application, right? Because it takes time for us to get the application, then it takes time for us to process it. And if it comes in after June 30th, it is a no-go. So you always want to make sure that you get the 24-25 application in before the 30th of June.
Okay. Well, that's good. So also to know that you do need to complete your FAFSA or TASFA annually. It's not something that you do one time each year for fall, spring, and summer terms. You just need to make sure that you complete it annually. And so yeah, that's with financial aid. And then, do y'all have any questions?
All right. Well, so if you do have questions, go ahead and put them in the Q&A box to ask those questions. In the meantime, if you all don't mind, I'm just going to, Erica, if you can let me share for a second, I was going to pull up where the donor funded scholarship portal was in my Leo so that students can see that information. Just so let me see where I am.
Did it stop sharing?
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
Okay, I just want
Yeah,
to make
you're
sure.
good. You're good. So you should be able to see my screen now. Can you see my screen?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So you're here, you're logged into your My Leo account. You're going to click over here on the apps tab and as quickly as it possibly can. Do, 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 do. Okay. There we go. You're going to come over here to the apps tab. Hopefully it's quicker on your computer and you are going to look for the donor funded scholarships. Okay. It's probably going to be in a different location on yours, but this is what you're going to click and it's going to take you to what's known as Scholarship Universe. If you've been a student here in the past, it was not Scholarship Universe. It looked slightly different, but now that's where we are. We're using a new platform this year called Scholarship Universe. There it is. You may have received some email from Scholarship Universe. If you didn't, you may check your spam folder Okay, you're going to have to log in and basically it's going to take you to this. Well, I'm not a student right now, so I don't have anything to offer me. But you'll see something different because you are students here. But that just gives you an idea of where you're going to go and how you're going to find this. I will point this out too. If you know that you're going to
Mhm.
get, or even think that you're going to get a refund based on financial aid or based on scholarships or anything, you want to make sure you have a refund selection set up. That's for student accounts, because if you don't have a selection set up, either open up a Bank Mobile account or, include your own bank account information, what's going to happen is it's going to end up in a paper check on its way to your house, and it usually takes 2 or more weeks to get there. So if you want your money right away, set up a refund selection. Okay. Gosh, while we're in here, is there anything else we can think about? Is there anything
There's the
else?
Leo Pay
Oh,
option too.
yep. There's Leo Pay right there. As Erica and Miriam were talking about earlier. If you want a job on campus, here's Hire a Lion. It's a great place to look for an on-campus job, right? Your graduation application is in here. Oh my gosh, I could talk about all these things. So I'll stop now.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll stop sharing. All right, but we do have a question. Um, Okay, we had a question. Is there a deadline, right? Okay, so Miriam, is the deadline for submitting the new academic year's FAFSA? And Miriam, you're correct, June 30th. Yes, absolutely. What's our next question? Can the presidential scholarship be rewarded? Anybody want to answer that live?
Like, did you already receive it, or did you like lose it, or you just want it awarded to you? If you just want it awarded to you, normally those are awarded at when you enter the university, so at admissions, because it is an institutional scholarship based off your admission status. So they base it off your transcript, they base it off your application. So you have to meet a certain criteria for that presidential scholarship. Now, if you lost it and you want it back, unfortunately, once you lose that scholarship, you can't get it back. So that's something that, are you an incoming student or already a student here? If you're already a student here, then unfortunately, no. But if you're not, if you're an incoming student, yeah, you're more than welcome to reach out to the admissions office to verify if if you've been awarded. Well, no, they wouldn't know yet, do they? It would be financial aid, huh, that awards it.
Well, right. So actually, it is admissions
Okay, okay,
that
okay.
determines it, right? Because as Miriam said, it's based on your admissions application. So the information that you pull in, that you send in, like your transcripts, high school transcripts,
Mhm,
and all of that stuff, or if you're a transfer student, your
mhm.
college
That's
transcripts.
true too.
So it is admissions. But if you're coming in the summer, that's not an option for
Oh,
students,
that's
right?
true.
Those institutional
For
scholarships are
fall,
not options, right? Those are for our fall start students. So all kinds of good questions. So our next
definitely.
question, yeah, next, do you know when I will hear back about scholarships? I'm going to assume that maybe this is a student that's applied in the donor funded portal.
Do you have a date on when they'll be of when they'll know?
So the first round closed on the 15th, and that was
Uh-huh.
just Saturday,
Hmm.
right? So the committees have to get together. They have
Okay.
to make the decisions. It's going to take some time. So I wouldn't say anytime soon. I'm not even going to tell you like 2 weeks. I'm going to say it's probably going to take a little bit of time before they determine those. Now, remember that what we found out this morning were there were 188
Hmm.
scholarships that closed on the 15th, but there are still 208 scholarships that are
Still
still
open.
open until the 1st of June. So
Mhm.
you just want to make sure that you're still getting in there and applying for those
Mm.
scholarships. I do want to point out that if you are, so when we did the poll in the beginning, it was kind of 50-50 with the FAFSA and the TASFA. So it may be that some students are international students. And if you're an international student, obviously you're not eligible to complete either the FAFSA or the TASFA. However, you can apply for scholarships in the donor funded portal once you're admitted to the university. So you really want to make sure that that's where you are, you know, making an effort and making sure that you are applying for those scholarships. Now, most, if not all of those scholarships in the portal are considered competitive scholarships. So if you get a scholarship for $1,000 or more for fall and spring semester, you get what's known as a tuition waiver that will allow you to pay in-state tuition versus non-resident tuition. If you get a tuition waiver, or if you get the scholarship for fall and spring, that tuition waiver carries into the summer. If you come only in the spring and are offered only a spring scholarship, you do not get that tuition waiver for the summer. So just some things to keep in mind. You want to make sure that that scholarship is $1,000 or more. So if you, let's say you get a $250 scholarship, you want to make sure that you're in there applying for more scholarships to get yourself to that point. So good questions. Next question. I received it already. Oh, I think this is the
Mhm.
presidential scholarship one, but I
Okay.
wanted to know if it's possible to have for my sophomore year as well. So what are the requirements to keep that scholarship? I think is what the student is asking.
Okay, so you do have to complete the 15 credit hours each semester. So meet a total of 30 hours per year. And the GPA, let me, so I don't tell you wrong. Is it a 2.5 or a 3.0?
It's 2.75.
2.75. Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could not remember. It's in between there. 2.75 GPA at the end of the semester of each semester completed. So that way when they run SAP, they're going to view your eligibility and they're going to verify and make sure that you have completed the requirements for that presidential scholarship.
The other student was asking about when they were going to hear about donor
Oh,
funded.
okay,
So
okay.
yeah. Okay, so next question. My status is making academic progress. Will the scholarships be awarded after they have my grades and know if I am good academic standing? I think that's the donor funded um, scholarship portal question. And really they're going to look at all the
Mhm,
things, right, to make sure that you meet the criteria of the scholarship. They're only waiting at this point for those that closed on the 15th for the committee to get together to make those
mhm,
decisions, right? So that's really what it's about at this point in time, because you have a committee of people meeting together to make those decisions, to make sure that the students that have applied meet the criteria. And then they'll go from there. But they'll definitely let you know in your Leo
mhm,
mail if you have been offered
definitely,
that. Good questions.
definitely.
Good questions. And so Miriam said the answer to, can can we see this?
I can.
Okay,
Yes, I
can you?
can.
Good.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Miriam said the answer to this question number two, what is the most your balance can be basically before you can register for classes? And the answer was, if anybody wants to put it in the Q&A and just answer the question, if they remember what Miriam said the answer was earlier in the presentation. Let's see how many. Oh, okay,
Mhm.
we got one answer. Let's see if we can get more. See what people are saying. Okay, give you
Need that
another.
song playing.
I know. This is where we need our song, right? Exactly. Exactly. Answer. Okay, well, I'm just going to leave it right here. We have one student that answered, and the student was correct at 749.99. That is what your balance needs to be before you can register for classes. Winner, winner. I wish I had something to give you, but unfortunately I don't. So you can just take pride in the fact that you know the answer to that question.
Ideally, we do want it at 0, but in order to temporarily remove it, that we give you that of availability of doing it at 749.99, which I think is a pretty good deal. So take that into account.
Yeah, but if you keep it at 749.99 and then you register for classes and then you try to do
It
that
can
with
build up.
the next semester, what happens?
Mhm. It's
Yeah,
going to build up, and it's going to
right.
be a lot more that you have to pay. So just keep that in mind.
Yes. Yeah.
We
And
do
you
want to get. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
go.
Go.
No, no, you go.
Okay. No, I was just gonna tell y'all about our upcoming event as well that we have. That's gonna be April 9th. So it's gonna be the Knock Down Debt and Build Wealth. So you're able to play a lot of fun little games that we have set up for you guys. There are a lot of budgeting credit type events, and it's pretty fun. Come, we'll have some free popcorn, we'll have some goodie bags, hopefully some swag. So come by, start. It's a come and go event. We're located at the Velma K Library second floor. I know there's some construction on the bottom floor. Just come up top. It'll be fun. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So definitely come see us. We'll be here and it'll be a lot of fun. Come hang out. And I think there's another event that hosts yeah, right before that, which is the Money Days event, which is April 8th as well. That one's from 10 to 2. They'll have popcorn, water, a chance to win 1 out of 3 scholarships, and a laptop. So that's a good thing. So I think the requirement for that to enter into the drawing is make sure you've completed your 25-26 FAFSA. If you're not able to, I think you would just provide the proof that you submitted for the donor funded scholarships. Is that correct?
So if you can do the TASFA, you show us
Okay.
that. So it's basically you're showing us the email on your phone that you've either completed, you've submitted your FAFSA, you've submitted your TASFA, or if you are an international student, that you've completed scholarship applications within the portal because you should receive an email saying you've completed applications. And
Oh,
then your
perfect.
name is put into the drawing for, we have one $1,000 scholarship. Now, this is not a competitive scholarship, so that can't be used for the tuition waiver. And then we have two $250 scholarships, and then we have a laptop to give away. So, hey, and we
Yeah.
like popcorn because popcorn is easy. So we're going to do it 2 days in a row on the 8th
There you
and the
go.
9th. So show up for popcorn.
There you go. All right.
Okay, wait, we have another question.
Oh, okay.
I would like to be there, but I have class that day from 12 to 4. How long do I need to be there for the drawing? You just need to show up and show your that you've submitted either your FAFSA, your TASFA, or you've submitted applications for the donor funded scholarship portal. That's all you need to do, right? We are going to have a scholarship workshop with the Money Days event as well, if you want to stay and take part in that. But if not, that's okay. You just show up. We're going to be in Pride. Actually, we're going to be right outside of Pride at a table. And if you show us that email, then we can get your student ID down and put your name in the drawing. And that's all you have to do. So you can run back to class. Okay. So you can show us a piece of paper, but if you have an email, that would be good as well. Okay, because that was the next question, like a piece of paper for proof. Um, Whatever you have to show us that you've submitted either your FAFSA, your TASFA, or your A scholarship application in the portal. Okay. Any more questions? Anything else, Erica and Miriam, you can think of that we need to tell our very interested students?
I
I
don't
feel
have
like we
anything.
covered it all.
Okay. All right. Make sure your balance is down. Okay. Here's a thought. Let's say you leave your balance at $749.99 and 4 months passes. What could happen if you don't make a payment on your account?
You want
You
a collection.
you can
You
go
have
to
risk of going to
collections.
collections that next month.
Right. But how
Mhm.
much do you need to pay on your account to keep yourself out of collections?
Usually to make some type of payment, each
So
month going
anything.
forward and not miss a
hmm
month.
Right.
So say
Absolutely.
1 month you can pay $100, but the next month you only have five. As long give us those five. As long as you're paying each month, it will keep you from collections, I promise. And you don't want to go to collections because then it adds a fee on top of what you owe. And the fee is based off the balance. So make sure you get that covered.
That's right. So let's stay out of collections. If you have your
Definitely.
balance at $749.99 that you're making a payment every month
Mhm,
at minimum, every
mhm.
month to keep yourself out of collections. Plus, if you leave it at $749.99 and then at the end of the fall semester it's at $749.99, you're not going to be able to register for the next semester,
Mhm.
right? So let's just, you know, you're here because you want to pay your bill. That's why you're here, because you want to get all the information. And we're here in the Money Management Center, in the library, on the second floor to help you navigate all of those things. So we would love if you are on campus for you to drop in and see us. You can also schedule an appointment. Do we have a QR code that we can show to our lovely students that are here today if they want to, because you can do a phone appointment, you can do a virtual appointment as well. It doesn't have to be in person, but we would really love to spend some time talking to you about all these things. We have one more question. How will I know if I win anything at the event if I have to leave for class? So we're not going to make that decision on that day. So you don't have to worry about that. We will notify you after the fact. Okay. It probably will not be that day or the day after. You are welcome. Um, yeah, so don't worry about that. We want you to show up. If you can just be there for half a second and show us your email, that's great. Okay. And you don't
Can
have
you
to be
pull up
there to
the
win.
QR code, Erica?
Right there.
Oh, there it goes.
Perfect, right? So you can follow us on social too, right? We post all kinds of good stuff where we do a money mindset Monday. Every Monday of the week, we have a new something. You saw Miriam and Erica hopefully on their videos. If not, you can go and check them out on our social media advertising today's event. And you can use the QR code to schedule an appointment, like I said. We do accept email at moneymatters@tamuc.edu, but we take walk-ins, we take phone appointments, virtual appointments, um, in-person appointments. However, you want to have the money conversation, we want to have it with you because we know that that is one of the biggest challenges that students have to getting their education is paying for college. And so we want to help you navigate that. Now, I will tell you, we don't have any money to give anybody, but what we can do is help you navigate how that is going to work best for you. Um,
Definitely.
and our student said, this was my first webinar and it was very informative. Thank you all. Well, thank you for
Join
saying
us
that.
every month on a
That's right.
Wednesday. Come see
Third
you.
Wednesday. Third
That's right.
Yes.
Wednesday.
The third Wednesday of every month, we are here. And as a matter of fact, for our students that will be graduating, if any of you are those students that may be graduating in May or August, or even in the fall, we are doing two sessions, one in April and one in May, geared towards what happens next. Right? Financially, what are the next challenges that you may have as a young adult going into the wide world of a career with your finances? So you probably want to pay attention for those advertisements. You follow us on one of those social media channels, and we will let you know when that one is going to happen.
And tell your friends too about our webinars. That way they can join too.
That's right. That's right. We've got lots of answers. And when we don't know the answer, we're not afraid to tell you we don't know, but
Mhm.
we will find the answer for you.
Definitely.
That's the thing.
Definitely.
All right. Any other questions? I'm going to give you a couple seconds if you've got any more questions. Other than that, Miriam, Erica, anything? Anything?
Hope to see y'all soon. Come to our event.
That's right. Show those events again real quick, Erica. Making Erica work.
Work.
All right, we've got Money Days on the 8th, Knock Down Debt and Build Wealth on the 9th, in two different locations, here in the library where our office is on the 9th and in the Student Center on the second floor on the 8th. We would love to see you. And we've got food, right? Everybody
Yes.
loves food and games, right? These are no pressure events. They're just for fun, right? Just to get you out and about.
Just a come and go.
That's
Come and
right.
go.
That's right. All right, doesn't look like we have any more questions, so we will sign off now. We thank you all so much for being here
Thank you.
today and look forward to seeing you soon.
Go Lions!
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.